Ooh, a WVN. This is the WVN model LF-7DC, manufactured January of 2015. So this is about 9 years old, just about to turn 10 years old as we approach January 2025. It's made in China by Nantong Hande Household Electrical Appliances Company Limited, which is a brand I've never heard of before. I assume that the W is for Westpointe, but it does not say so anywhere on here. Allegedly is quality control passed. I saw this at the OK Will, and I was a little bit intrigued because the blade design is not what you typically see on these little 6 or 7 inch fans. Let's see what this one is. This one's a 7 inch. So I plugged it in just to see in the store how good it was, and it was good enough that it came home. Very quiet, moderately powerful, and the bearings, smooth as ball bearings. Unbelievable. Very unsuspecting. You would think that this is a piece of junk at first glance, but it definitely works a lot better than that. How long it'll last, that's a whole different story that only time will tell. But in terms of performance in the here and now, it's surprisingly decent. We have a polarized fused plug with the replaceable fuse, which started to become standard by the mid 2010s. Now it's pretty standard today. It's reminds me of one of those old what is the branding of it? Power Packed, I think it is, where it's got the small flat motor on the back. Overall, very unusual design. Not standard at all. It's got a 2-speed switch. The guard is very dense, which is why I was surprised that it works as well as it does. Adjustable tilt. Tilts back pretty far. Even though this is about as tight as I'm going to make a plastic knob, it's still kind of loose. The grill is not assembled properly there. That should be in that little notch there. Let's correct that. Look at the bearings. Look at that. For a cheap, cheesy little C-frame sleeve bearing motor, that's impressive. I haven't serviced this, cleaned it, nothing yet. Let's put this back the way it's supposed to go. I suppose while it's off, we'll take a look at the blades a little closer. Not terrible pitch. Get some hair in the picture. There's a little motor, pretty standard. The motor is model number LFDJ-7TB, thermally protectable, Class A insulation, 0.32 amps, 0.32 amps, both tags match, which you'd think would be standard, but it's actually kind of rare. Okay, now it doesn't rotate anymore. I think that there's supposed to have been a little tab that goes through that hole there, but I think that is busted. Okay. 119.4 the volts. Start it up on low. Real quiet. really quiet. Let's see how the balance is. Huh. The balance is nearly perfect. I can't feel even the slightest of vibration. What brand is this? Nantong Hande Household Electrical Appliances. Jeez, well, I gotta hand to them. Decent product. It's kind of rare. It's moving some air too. Let's go back a couple feet from the unit. Still moving some air. It's about 4 or 5 feet back. Let's see what the power information is. 12 watts, 0.19 the amps, and 0.52 the power factor. The power factor is pretty abysmal, but it's not using much power at all. Alright, shut it off. Look at those bearings glide. I think this thing has ball bearings. That's incredible. And the high. I really can't detect any vibration, maybe just ever so slightly, but this is in balance. This is one of the first plastic fans I've seen made within the last decade or two that's actually balanced. Pretty decent airflow too. Noticeable flow, good 6 or 7 feet away from it, which is really all you can ask for a fan of this size. And the noise level, even on high, is very reasonable. I can detect air moving all the way across the room here, but it's not really anything worth noting. I would say you get a noticeable breeze 5 to 6 feet away, and that's about it. On high, it's consuming 18 the watts, 0.28 the amps, with a power factor of 0.54 the power factor, which is pretty poor, but is what it is. So this is very interesting. What looks like a piece of junk is actually pretty decent. I'm going to have to perform some research on this brand. I wonder if this product is still under manufacture. I just can't believe how free the bearings are still. And this is after almost 10 years.